Hello and welcome to Top Sim. My name is William Lebowski and welcome to Barcelona. And today we have gotten in the flight simulator, flown over to Barcelona just for a rain race here for some GT3 action. I recently have been craving a rain race for some reason. It's actually something that I'm really bad at. It's not something that I excel at, and it's never something I usually particularly enjoy. So it's a little bit strange for me to have been really been wanting to race in the rain. I don't ever have good experiences usually in introducing inclement weather into sim racing. I start flying off the track at an incredibly high frequency, and so because of that, it's usually really weird for me to opt for it. And also, we've never featured any kind of rain on the channel here at Top Sim, so I figured it was time for a couple different reasons. And here we are. And one big thing that led me to this race, to this gameplay, was because I really have been craving some ACC racing as well. One thing I love about ACC is I can just jump in, start racing, and I don't have to worry about finagling with anything else or any kind of other hassles or bugs or glitches or features, whatever we want to call them, that you probably have to experience getting into other, racing against the AI in other types of sims. I'll go into that a little bit deeper in the race itself. But anyway, yeah, it's just this perfect storm of just me kind of wanting to do what I want to do something that's new for the channel. I wanted to take you guys along for the journey. And so we are in the new BMW M4 GT3, and it's just one of those cars that isn't necessarily perfectly balanced in sim racing, but at the same time, it's incredibly fun to drive. It's fast, but it's also large and stable. And so it's a great combo to have, and so jumping into it in the rain made perfect sense to me. But anyway, let me guys know what you guys think of this video in the comments section below, what you guys think of racing in the rain, whether or not you enjoy it, and whether or not you want to see more on the channel. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Welcome to Barcelona. All right, that was the first lap in the books. Let's see if we can continue to not slide off the track or crash into any barriers for the rest of the race. 12.5 minutes remaining. Going down into turn one, let's see, we're setting ourselves up perfectly for the crisscross, but they did not go for it. Instead, they are going to lose time behind us. I do not love driving in the rain. It usually catches me out at some point, and this gap of between cars where I'm now trying to push to a group of cars in front of me, but still not having them is close enough in front of me to be a reference point where I actually have to like sight read the track blind in the rain. And already, you know, one of those things where it can be difficult to really nail the line that you need to, and as well as braking points and whatnot. But then throw the rain on top, and there is very little room for error. And of course, all of the values get shifted and changed. And so it's always a challenge racing in the rain. And of course, not only does it have that huge impact on your physics and inputs, but of course that giant impact of visibility. I did try doing a heavy rain preset before this race, but it was just literally too much, and I could not do anything to have even slight, I guess I should say intermediate control of the car. I felt like I could not take the car near race levels at all before just completely losing control of it, and I also couldn't see anything at all. And I would just, if I was not directly behind a car before the corner and I came up to them in the braking zone, I just would not see them or their brake lights or tail lights at all until I was, 10 feet from them. And at that point, I would just lock up and slide right into them. So definitely, I mean, I'm running the light rain preset now, and it's just definitely such a weakness of mine. But I was just kind of feeling like doing something different, and I never choose to race in the rain. I never elect to race in the rain for the most part. And so I just felt like it would be a fun thing to do, fun thing to mix it up. And one thing that I've kind of been jonesing for recently when it comes to my racing is I've really been almost flew off the track there. Really been hungry for racing experiences that you can kind of just set up and go. Not things that take a bunch of tweaking or setting up or finagling with AI or settings. For example, R Factor 2 can give you a phenomenal racing experience, specifically a multi-class experience. You can, do so many cool things, but oftentimes if you want to, since you don't exactly get to control the number of cars, cars in a specific selected car that you've added to the track, you can only add cars to the track and pick a quantity. You can't pick how they'll spread out, if that makes any sense. And so a lot of times you'll just have to load up a lobby, back out, load up a lobby, back out until you get a split that's good. Because sometimes you'll end up with crazy things, like if you're wanting to do a LMP2 and GTE race, you'll end up with, and you say you have 20 cars on tracks, you'll end up with something like 2 or 3 LMP2s and then the rest GTEs. And that's like kind of defeats the whole purpose of the multi-class racing if everybody is, predominantly one class, or you have such small numbers in one of the classes. And so you can just be quitting and restarting a bunch like that. And sometimes, especially in R Factor 2 lap 1s, the AI don't necessarily behave right. They would do illogical, stupid maneuvers, really unsafe rejoins. And one thing that I really love about ACC is you boot it up, you enter, your settings, you pick your car and track, and you're done finagling. Before you even load into the track, you're already done messing around with settings and buttons. And I'm gonna go into the sand here. Lose 2 positions that we worked so hard. Oh, it looks like that third is coming up on us. Hopefully we can keep the corner, or keep the position heading into the corner. Oh, that curb is gonna send us flying into the gravel again. 4 positions in total, 5 positions in total. All right, we got to make those back up. But anyway, one thing I love about ACC is I set the parameters of the race, and that's it. There's the only time you're going to have to restart over and over again in ACC is because of your own error, your own driver error at that point. And so, took you outside. And so it's a fantastic racing experience, and because I already have the difficulty, all of the aforementioned difficulties of driving in the rain, I just didn't want to deal with any other sort of variables. I didn't want to get annoyed by anything else other than just being in the rain. And so ACC was the clear factor for me. And I don't know, I've really been, ACC's been kind of burning a hole in my back pocket, so to say. I've just really been wanting to get into ACC more. I've been really wanting to, literally burning a hole in my back pocket, in that I want some of the DLC that I don't have. I want the America tracks. I want the Porsche Cup Type 992, because that seems like an awesome version of that new car. And so yeah, I don't know. There's just ACC is really sucking me in at this point in time. All right, we are sitting just a few positions outside the top 10. If we keep going through corners like that, we're going to be sitting even more positions outside the top 10. But we're sitting just a few positions outside the top 10. We got 6 minutes to go. No, that is my line. You cannot have it, even if you're faster. No, stay behind me. But yeah, so we need to get ourselves into the top 10. Luckily, we were able to keep our line there and use the entire racetrack there, because without doing that, we would not have been able to make it through the corner faster. And it is giving us a nice run up into this McLaren in front of us. Let's take advantage of that while we can. Get past Mr. Klein, as we're sitting on a fast lap here. Let's see if we can recreate that move on the outside that we did. Yep. Something about the AI just really give up the corner there if you take their outside for some reason. But we are still behind them. let's not give him too much guff going into the chicane, because already a very slow section of track. Let's not make it even slower by trying to go too wide through it. And let's see what we can do about passing before turn 1. Although, judging from where we're at right now, it's going to be into turn 1. And we'll get it before turn 1. All right. We can see again. Not in the wake of the McLaren. Yeah, I thought I was leaving my brakes way too late there. Uh-oh. All right, so we had the position for just a little bit. We did pick up a track limits. At least it wasn't a track warning. All right. Let's move ourselves. Let's move ourselves up now. This McLaren is really putting us through our paces, really making us work for it. Though I will say I am enjoying that. I'm starting to kind of dial in when it comes to the rain. Oh, a little bit of bump. Didn't mean to do it, but it did help me, didn't it? Knocked you off line. Let's take the inside into this fast corner. AI gives up the goat completely. All right, we're off to the races. We see the car that we need to get to next. I think this is currently my favorite corner on the track, and it's usually one of my least favorites, but in the wet, it seems to be working to my advantage a little bit, although we did start going negative in the delta right there. But it has been a place where we've made positions, passes, and I don't know, the corner's going well on us. I feel like we can dive into it without sacrificing too much on the exit, and even though I don't think, oh, did not make that corner. That's going to be a track cut. Yep. Alright, so it did shoot our time up, but surely that won't be counted. Oh, no. Oh, no, because it still has our best lap as a 159 flat, and that last lap was a 58.3. All right, that's about as late as I probably can get into that corner on the brakes. So you're going to use the whole corner here, see how much more speed we can carry through. Slippery curb, be careful. All right, let's make this exit work for us. Watch out for the paint. We've kind of lost ourselves from those cars up ahead, and I want to get ourselves back as easily as possible and as quickly as possible. I can't tell. I think we're losing them. I think, have we lost half a second on them? Have we lost 5/10 on them since? Oh no, that's bad. That's real bad. Yeah, we're not really pulling away from this McLaren, are we? All right, that could have gone way worse. We'll take it. 2 track limits in a row. I think I... Uh-oh. Well, this is not going to be good. That's got to be another full warning. Oh, already down to the final lap. I just got a track limit for that. I for sure thought that I was going to get a cut or a warning. So it looks like we're kind of looking at, I keep hitting the sausage there and it knocks me off the line. All right, so let's just, we got 1 lap to go. We just got to hold our position now for the finish. Let's not do anything stupid here. Let's not get any more track cut warnings. Let's not drive off the track. As we drive off the track and potentially get a track cut. All right, just a track limits. I don't remember if it's 3 or if it's 5. Do not remember where I have that set. That's more of a set and forget kind of setting. So we could be 1 track cut away from penalty on the last lap, which would be no bueno. Uh-oh, that was not a good apex there. Uh-oh, uh-oh, car getting taken and sliding around on these curbs. Water's building up. All right, it looks like we're holding from the McLaren and that following bunch of cars. Barcelona is a relatively easy track to defend in, and especially in the rain, it would be hard for them to really get an advantage on me. At any section of track in this point, I'd have to make a pretty big mistake. As I make a pretty big mistake, it was a fun thing to do to mix it up a little bit like this, but I'm still not a fan of racing in the rain, and I think, as you can tell by my gameplay, it's not one of the things that I excel at. As we almost get ourselves our third warning, coming to the line out of the penultimate corner. There we go, to the finish line, coming home in 12th place. Not the worst finish in the world, but it was just a fun one. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. We'll see you in the next one, and hopefully it'll be dry then.